What is going on, everybody in DFW and surrounding areas? My name is Griffin Thomas. If you don't know me or Preferred Pest Management, I am the owner of Preferred Pest Management. We are located in the Rowlett, Texas area, just east of Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. And I wanted to create a video today for you guys. We have a blog out that I just published myself recently on our website. I'll leave a link to that website below, as well as like our homepage if you want to check us out and you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm trying to do more videos about different topics that we get a lot of questions about with different kinds of pests. Every season we deal with a different type of pest here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And in today's video, we're going to be focusing on termites, how to know if you have termites in your home. At the time of shooting this video, it's the end of April. We're in the heart of what we call swarm season in the pest control industry. What swarm season is if you lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area long enough, you have probably seen what looks like flying ants, and in some instances these can actually be ant swarmers as well. There's different types of ant swarmers. The most common that we see here is the carpenter ant swarmer, but it's always best to get the eyes of a professional out there just to confirm that if worst case scenario you have termites. Of course you want to get those taken care of ASAP to limit your amount of damages that you're going to have to repair, but also if nothing else, to give you peace of mind, let you know that those are just maybe carpenter ants or some other type of ant that you just need maybe a couple pest treatments to get control of and get those pests out of your home. And like I said, today we're talking about how do you know if your home has termites. So of course you got this beautiful little picture of me just doing a pest control service specifically inside of a home, just to get some eye candy there for you all. And then just getting right to it. So first and foremost, what are termites? Termites are small, pale, whitish color insects that feed on cellulose-based materials such as wood, paper, cupboard, etc. They live in colonies that can number in the thousands and are notoriously difficult to detect until the infestation has become severe. So what this means essentially is a lot of times you are not going to realize you have them until usually swarm season. But even during the months of summertime, even early fall, a lot of times we'll get another swarm in the fall. Some falls we don't. It really depends on if we have a roller coaster temperature season or not. But usually you are not going to know that you have termites, of course, until they're literally coming out of the wall, as you see in this picture right here. This was a very crazy case that we dealt with in McKinney a couple years ago. Luckily, they're still customers of ours today. They have not had a single ounce of termite activity since we got everything taken care of. But it's very common because the main thing with these guys is they have to maintain contact with the soil. If they don't maintain contact with the soil, speaking about the subterranean termite specifically, they will not survive. So that's why a lot of times what we're looking for, go ahead and scroll on down here, you'll see things like frass, you'll see mud tubes, and then of course you'll see swarmers. Now these should be in bold to make it easier to read. I'll have to go in here and edit that, but mud tubes are usually going to be one of the main indicators. You can see that around the foundation of your home a lot of the time. You may even see them inside the house in some cases, especially if you have a pier and beam foundation. You may even see it from the inside of the foundation, inside of your crawl space, for example, for those of you that have that old pier and beam structure. And then, of course, damaged wood. If you have, wood flooring, sometimes you'll actually see your wood flooring buckle. It might look buckled. That doesn't necessarily mean it's water damage. You might want to go ahead and peel that back and see, knock around on it. If it feels real hollow, there's a good chance that there's termites inside there. And, of course, frass as well. I want to be careful with the word frass, because the frass from termites is very different from that of carpenter ants. So that's another case where, again, if you're worried, if you see frass, just give us a call. Our number is at the top of our website, but I'll go ahead and tell you all as well. It's just 214-399-3879. If you go on the website, we use a call tracking service, so the phone number might look different, but the main number is 214-399-3879. Even if it shows a different number, it'll route to our main number, so no worries with that at all. It's just, like I said, to let us know where you're coming from, which makes our marketing and stuff like that a little bit easier and cost effective. But yeah, with frass, you don't necessarily want to judge it based on that alone. Like I said, if you're not an expert, it's best just to give us a call if you're in the DFW area. Have us come take a look. We don't charge for, just dropping in and doing a quick inspection for you, anything like that. It's only going to take a few minutes of our time, so we don't charge you all for that at all. And then clicking sounds, this is going to be one you don't really hear too often. This one you definitely are going to have to be kind of more of an expert. A lot of times what will happen is, say there was termites in my wall right now, if it's pitch silent in here and I kind of knocked against the wall where they were, I could actually put my face up against the wall where my ear is and where I think those termites might be, and you could actually hear a light tick, 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 where they're actually using, their antenna, so to speak, and they're sending, like sound waves essentially to let the colony know, hey, there's some kind of, danger or whatever the case may be. It's pretty cool how those guys work. So what should you do if you suspect you have a termite infestation? Of course, like we mentioned, call a professional. If you live in the Dallas, Texas area, if you're anywhere, essentially east of DFW, north of DFW, we go as far east as, Royse City, Cotto Mills, as far north as right around McKinney, and as far west as, Plano, Carrollton, essentially Frisco, all that good stuff. Garland, if you're in DFW specifically, north and east, feel free to give us a call. Like I said, we'll do it for free for you, make some kind of plan for you specifically. We don't do like cookie cutter pricing or anything. We create a specific plan just for you. We don't try to, over upsell you on anything. We'll, just tell you exactly what you need, and you can either take it or, not take it. It's not a big deal either way. But if you're not in DFW and you're seeing this video, if you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex seeing this, just call a professional. Of course, do your research on the professional you're calling. Make sure they have lots of 5-star reviews. Hopefully no 3s, 2s, 1s, anything like that. And then, frequently asked questions that we get. Can I do a termite treatment myself? Of course, you could try, but of course there's a lot of risk involved in that. And plus you have no warranty whatsoever, where most of us pest control companies offer some type of warranty to, give you that peace of mind. And if for some reason anything ever came up, we would, come back for free. Crazy story about that. For the first time ever, we had a customer who we didn't do a liquid treatment. What happened was he bought a home, and when it comes to homes and termites, like we mentioned, you're not going to see the activity and know that you have them until they're obviously, usually coming out of the wall, for example, or you have swarmers, this, that, and the other. He signed up for our service just after the beginning of the year. He owned the house for, I think, a few months, and he contacted us, and he wanted to go ahead and sign up for preventative reasoning because it's a lot cheaper to do preventative upfront than it is to pay for a full liquid treatment. We have, termite stations we can put around the home, check them yearly, etc. It gives you the same warranty where if you have termites come up, we'll come back and treat them for free. So he signed up for that, and during the very beginning of swarm season, about a month ago, he had some swarmers pop up in his shower area, which was along the exterior wall. Sure enough, I went around there. There was a little tiny mud tube that had just, started going up there. And, we did a liquid treatment for him along that entire wall to make sure we would get rid of them. We did some other things as well. And, that was totally free. So he was super relieved because, like I told him, I said, had you have, waited on this, one, of course there's, minor damage in the wall. But two, it could have got worse in terms of damages, but two, you would have had to do, a full liquid treatment, which would have cost about 2.5 to 3 times the price for this specific home based on, the type of structure it was, where here we were able to do a partial treatment. Long story short, he saved some money and he had the peace of mind knowing that, hey, this is going to get taken care of at the end of the day. So yes, you can do it yourself, but don't really expect the best results, to say the least. Plus, like we said, it can be dangerous as well, because if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the right equipment to do it the right way, it could be bad news for sure. How long does it take to do, treat a termite infestation? So I'm not going to read off of this. I'll just give you guys, my answer directly. Our treatments for a liquid treatment, we get them done in less than a day, assuming no equipment is faulty or anything crazy happens. We get them done the same day. It usually takes a couple hours or so. And then in terms of getting the treatment to actually wipe out the colony, this can take as little as a week or two, or this could take, the manufacturer who we use for our chemical says it could take up to 90 days. So usually I tell everybody, give it about 90 days, 3 months, and if for some reason you have any fears or doubts that, you're seeing any activity, or you want us to kind of reinspect and make sure that nothing's going on, let us know and we'll come back and, take a look at that for you. Next one is, are there any natural remedies? There's really not quote unquote remedies. Some things that you can do, however, is keep wood such as like firewood, loose lumber, tree limbs, stuff like that, keeping them away from the foundation of the home. We did go ahead and include like some of the remedies that we found online that we have not used personally, but that we found online, just to kind of satisfy some of the people that just want to at least try some options. But we've never used them ourselves. We never have found substantial evidence to these claims that they work. The main thing is you want to be able to, see your foundation to where if you see a mud tube, you can have it treated immediately. But in terms of conducive conditions, keeping moisture away from the foundation of your home. And when I say moisture, I don't mean don't water your foundation, stuff like that we have to do here in Texas. I mean oversaturation, puddles, stuff like that. If you need a French drain, get the French drain. Keep the moisture level, reasonable, essentially. And then keeping wood sources away from the foundation. You wouldn't believe how many times I'm doing an inspection for somebody. Home looks great. Boom, I get to one corner of the house. There's just one little old piece of wood sitting there. Sure enough, I lift it up and there's some active termites right there, right up against the foundation. And it's oh no. Had they not had this, could they still have had termites regardless? Yes, but you increase the risk exponentially by having wood up against your house. How can I tell the difference between termites and ants? Like I said, it's best just to call, us or somebody out there to identify it for you. But usually, like you see here, they're similar in size. However, key differences are, straight antenna, while ants have kind of a bent antenna. Things you're going to have to get up close to see. We just see them both so often that we can literally look at them, from a distance almost and be able to tell. The termite wings, they tend to have uniform wings, while ants will have larger front wings and smaller, hind wings. Additionally, termites have a broad waist and straight bead-like antenna, while ants have a narrow waist and an elbow bent antenna. And then, like I said, if you're not sure, just give us a call or give your local pest control company a call to take a look and confirm that for you. Sometimes we can even confirm it through picture. A lot of times I'll ask people, do you have any of those quote-unquote flying ants that you could take a picture of so I can confirm for you? And a lot of times we can do it, right over the phone within a few minutes. Or through text, something like that. And then we don't even have to worry about scheduling an inspection. Or if we think they are termites, we'll schedule that inspection, confirm it, give you a quote, all that good stuff, of course. How to prevent, we already pretty much talked about how to prevent for the most part. Your main thing is moisture and wood. Like this says here, store firewood at least 20 feet away from the home. You don't have to go as far as 20 feet. Of course, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a lot of yards are smaller. I always tell people just try to get it at least at the bare minimum 3 feet. That's the bare minimum, 3 feet away from the home, preferably. That's not even just for termites. That's for pests in general, guys. You got to think about it. If you have a bunch of, like I tell my customers who have bushes and trees and stuff all up against their house, when you have all this stuff up against your house, you're literally inviting pests, rodents, etc., to literally just use it as a highway to get right onto your house. From there, once they're on the house, they're able to get their way in. So if you're able to do that, definitely do that. And then, of course, one thing I didn't hit on is when it comes to sealing cracks in your home's foundation. Cannot stress enough, you have cracks in the foundation of your home, you're going to have issues. Maybe not, up front. It may take 5, 10, who knows how many years. But a lot of times we will get calls from customers who they have them right in the middle of their home, which means there's a crack in the foundation that they're going up, assuming they didn't go up a plumbing line. Because you got to think from the termites' perspective when it comes to entry points. If you have a slab foundation, just for easy, tutorial here, you have your slab foundation. They can only enter through the exterior, of the foundation, up through, your brick veneer, where they meet up, essentially. Or they can come up through your plumbing lines, because your plumbing lines, of course, there's a hole in the foundation, quote unquote, where the plumbing line is going to run down through the foundation, and then almost knock some stuff off my desk here. It's going to run through the foundation into the dirt, and then, the termites, they're attracted to that moisture already, so they found that moisture source. Next thing they know, they're going up the plumbing line, right up through your foundation into your home. And then the last spot, of course, is going to be actual cracks in the foundation, because if a crack goes all the way through to the dirt, then of course they're able to work their way up through the foundation again into your house. So can't stress enough, if you have foundation issues, cracks, get them sealed. Even if you're not sure if they go all the way through to the dirt, just get it sealed. It's always better safe than sorry. Termites, they're no joke. Usually, on average, last time I looked about a year ago, the average cost of termite damages was around $3,000 to $5,000, and that's just the average. We've seen some where people just let it go. Usually older people. It's so sad to see. We had one in Princeton, Texas, just east of McKinney, literally about a year ago to the day, roughly, who it was just an older widowed lady. She'd owned the home forever. She thought they were just, ant swarmers every year. She said she'd seen them almost every year for like 20 years. And the home, literally, I told her, I was like, it's not even safe to be in here. They were literally coming out of the ceiling. They were coming up out of her fireplace. They were just everywhere. It was the worst termite job I'd ever seen. I told her I wasn't even comfortable giving her a quote just because there's just so much wrong that I wouldn't even feel comfortable, one, doing this job, and two, it's not going to be worth the money in terms of, the amount of work you're going to have to do on the house. I personally would look at just trying to get rid of the house for whatever. Luckily, it was a paid-off home, but like I told her, I would just try to get whatever you can and just maybe move, just kind of restart it. It was a bad situation. So do not mess around with them, guys. They can definitely, mess up your house. A lot of the stuff when it comes to, general bugs like ants, roaches, all the other type of stuff, we can, live with those if we have to. But termites are one thing you do not want to play with if at all possible. So it's one thing where, like, you just can't. Like, you can't live with them at the end of the day. They will eat your house until it's gone, essentially. So hopefully you guys did take some valuable information from this video. If you did like this video, definitely let us know. Give us either a thumbs up or a comment below. If you have any questions specifically that you would like us to do a specific blog topic on and, do a video like this for you guys, just answering your questions, leave it in the comments below. We're on social media platforms as well, like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff at Preferred Pest Management. You can look us up and follow us over there as well. And like I said, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, specifically the east side, Dallas, Garland, Rowlett, Rockwall, Sachse, etc., or north, Plano, Richardson, what else, McKinney, Frisco, all that. Feel free to give us a call. Like I said, we'll leave links in the description box of this video. One, to this blog for if you guys want to read this blog specifically, or, we'll leave our homepage as well. Click to our homepage real quick before we go. I'll leave our homepage as well. That way, you all can just learn more about us if you're in the area, and if you're needing anything, like I said, feel free to give us a call. Like I said, that number that you'll see, that'll lead right to our business line directly, which is my business cell phone, actually. So more than likely, you'll be speaking to me directly. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And if you need anything, just give us a shout. We are Preferred Pest Management, and we are preferred for a reason. Have a good one, everybody.